YouTubers when they upload a video of a review of a bottle they were sent free with a title something like Best Blue Fragrance for Compliments, ?
I didn't want to make this video. I didn't want to make this video. I didn't want to make this video.
How I get on with Jeremy Fragrance.
He's blocked me on WhatsApp and Facebook, so it's hard for me to get a message through.
What I said to my 5-year-old son after he got stage fright and forgot his lines in the school nativity play.
I wanted you to be a star. I wanted you to soar like the eagles. Instead, we've all been left with egg on our face.
Me when I see a video entitled Top 10 Sexiest Oud Fragrances.
That is just the pure essence of idiocracy.
What I said to a parent who held her toddler up to take a pee behind a tree in our local park.
The community is absolutely shocked by your actions.
Me to my girlfriend when she asked if we could throw a big party for her 40th birthday.
Your friends, I don't see them coming out for you.
Me when an ex who dumped me messages me on Facebook after 10 years of no contact.
You are a non-person, person non gratis.
What I said to my girlfriend's parents on the morning of their last day staying with us for Christmas.
We really don't want you here. It's so sad for me to have to say this. We don't want you. We want you to pack up your crap and get the fuck out of here. Get out of here. I'm sorry, but just get out. We don't want you back. Get out. Get out. We want to see you out. We don't want you.
Credit for the clips in the intro to the amazing Archie Luxury and Paul Pluter YouTube channels. Hi guys, welcome back to the show. So today's video, I'm going to talk about four fragrances which are really good, gentlemanly, classy, grown-up fragrances. Yes, sorry, it's like a stuck record here on the Mr. Smelly channel, but these are really great fragrances, and they're under the radar ones. They're ones that we just don't hear enough about, and they're absolutely excellent. You can actually sample all of them at Fragrance Samples UK. They are the sponsors of today's video. So if you're in the UK, follow the link in the description. You can check out these fragrances and an amazing, really good range of over 1,000 designer and niche fragrances for a lot of the latest releases. If you want to try them, they're going to have them over at Fragrance Samples UK. It's run by my great friend Greg from the Greggieboy76 channel, and he is one of my favourite reviewers of all time. Inspired me a lot when I got started. If you're not in the UK and you're elsewhere in the world, then these fragrances should still be of interest to you. So let's get stuck in to the list. No particular order. We've got some absolute crackers here. So it's great to smell good. It's great to smell grown up. It's great to smell sophisticated. And it's also great to be not obvious and wear things that not everyone's heard of or smelled in the air before. All four fragrances in this video fit that bill. And by the way, we are very happy that Fragrance Samples UK offer our fragrances from Norton & Wilson, that's Gravitas Pour Homme and Bon Viveur. You can sample both there. Okay, so my first selection for you from the house of MDCI, not the one you think, it's Le Barbier de Tangier, a 2016 release. And I think it was Anne-Sophie Becquerel or something like that, the perfumer, and what an amazing job she did with this fragrance. This is kind of, I think, widely not seen as a worthy follow-up to the more famous Invasion Barbar, which was released a number of years earlier, like 10 years earlier or so. But I think this is a really good, it's a really great traditional fougere fragrance. The name, of course, means the Barbers in Tangier, which is a place in Morocco. So it's supposed to capture the aura of some kind of a world of the era of the film Casablanca or something like that, where there's kind of a lot of European people over in North Africa, maybe after the war, and there were traditional kind of barber shops there. I think it's that kind of thing. So you're going to feel like Humphrey Bogart, all spick and span, and maybe a traditional barber shop type fragrance, but with the highest quality ingredients could be a great way to do that. So your notes for this one are bergamot, basil, we've got cologne, tangerine, lemon, cardamom, and the mid notes are lavender, petitgrain, galbanum, pineapple, and apple. Don't worry, it doesn't smell like Aventus. Oak moss in the base with vetiver, woody notes, amber and patchouli. So it's a real traditional fougere barbershop type fragrance, like the best version of Fabergé Brut, or it's actually likened by many people to Platinum Egoist. It has this kind of soapy, clean, powdery, almost a slightly metallic vibe about it. Nothing of the pineapple comes through to my nose. Reminds many people of Platinum Egoist from Chanel. So if you've smelled that, it does have a kind of 90s vibe almost to this one, as well as a slight 50s aura in what they're trying to say. But I think it's really, really strong in performance. More of a traditional fougere than Invasion Barbar, which is more of an oriental neo-fougere. But if you are a true fan of the genre, you've got to at least sample this one, perhaps from Fragrance Samples UK, and tell me if you agree with me that it's right up there with some of the best fougères for traditional fougere fans. A very gentlemanly grown-up fragrance, all year round wear, for guys over 35 like us. A great choice. Next up then, Fragrance Samples UK do have quite a few discontinued gems, and this one sadly is now discontinued. YSL Pour Homme, 1971 release. Not enough people talk about this stunning fragrance. There are some more famous fragrances of the 60s and 70s that people bang on about. This one gets sadly overlooked, but I know a few people, including Greg at Fragrance Samples UK, who really, really rate this one. So in 1971, the perfumer was Raymond Chalian. I'll whiz through the notes because you've got a lot of them. Lemon, lavender, lemon verbena, petitgrain bergamot, mid-notes of rosemary, marjoram, geranium, Brazilian rosewood, my favourite kind of rosewood, clary sage and carnation, and base notes of vetiver, musk, patchouli, cedar, sandalwood, tonka bean and amber. It is a brilliantly sparkling, woody aromatic type fragrance. It has a lovely zesty citrus opening, also with a kind of aldehydic vibe to my nose. Definitely a slight barbershop feel with the lavender, and a very rugged, robust kind of masculine undertone, probably with more real oak moss than they're really allowed to use nowadays. Maybe that's why they don't make it anymore. Maybe it's getting difficult. And it really has this wonderful transition really between the sort of Eau Sauvage, Dior-esque citrus aromatic style, moving a little bit more in the direction of what was to come later from Yves Saint Laurent, maybe with Koros in 1981, because it's got a hint of that rugged, masculine, almost semi-animalic undertone, but not as much as Koros. So it really straddles the divide between the two eras of the 60s colognes and maybe the Chanel Pour Messieurs from the 50s, or the Monsieur de Givenchy's, and it leans a little bit into the powerhouse heavyweight mode, but it's kind of a perfect in-between balance. Really, really masculine, definitely old school smelling, and just pure class in a bottle. And if you do get a sample and you like it, you can still track down maybe this bottle, or more likely the Cube kind of one, black or clear versions were produced in the La Collection range. Don't overlook YSL Pour Homme if you are a retro frag fan like me. Next up then, let's do something more modern. Moss Cologne, Bortnikov. I have mentioned it before. Really stunning stuff from Dmitry Bortnikov, a great, great house, Bortnikov. Known perhaps by a lot of people primarily for some of their oud heavy fragrances. You get note listings with his stuff with like Vietnamese oud from Trat, oud Phnom Penh. I don't know what, it means nothing to me. Lots of different types of oud in some of them. So designated a Chypre fruity fragrance. And we have the 2020 release, and the nose, of course, Dmitry Bortnikov, notes of grapefruit, sweet orange, lemon, bergamot, oak moss, violet leaf, nutmeg, champaca, jasmine, ylang ylang, oak moss, ambergris, atlas cedar, Virginian cedar, vanilla, labdanum, and tonka bean. So you've got real oak moss in this one that you can't use in much of a proportion in an IFRA rated fragrance. This one ignores this stuff and gives us true artisanal perfumery. Great colour to the juice. Very, very rich fragrance. Cologne makes you think it's going to be light. It's not really, but it is beautiful. It's got delicate, juicy, sweet, natural, vibrant citruses in the opening, which are absolutely outstanding. Then it's got this kind of complex, spicy, herbal and floral combination in the mid, which is really, really kind of complex and has all different nuances on your skin in different phases of the wearing. And then a very, very beautiful, tenacious base with the real oak moss, the cedar wood, a little bit of a kind of resinous, warming thing too, that just gives us that hint of the Bortnikov style exoticism, but it's not very, very exotic like some of the fragrances, much more in the traditional European fragrance style, but with the magical twist of Bortnikov. If I'm going for a niche heavyweight type fragrance where I'm paying big money, this is the kind of thing I really want to get. I want something unique, I want something potent. It's extra, it's eau de parfum, but it seems very, very strong. Bortnikov Moss Cologne, if you haven't sampled this one, they are expensive, so getting a sample first would be wise. You've got to try some of the fragrances from this house. Also Amber Cologne, excellent. Vesna Cologne. And I was set at 1 or 2 free, and I've actually bought some at full price too. So I'm putting my money where my mouth is with that brand. Last but not least, another absolute classic retro gem, if I can find it. Where the bally hell has it gone? Oh, come on, what have I done? Finally, it's Gucci Nobile, a 1988 release. Very hard to find, but they do have it on Fragrance Samples UK, so at least you can try it. And then, if you're really determined, you'll get a bottle in the end, because they're out there on eBay, but you may have to pay a bit. I think I got lucky with this one, that it was a reasonable price. So this one, 1988, and it's an aromatic fougere. The notes are bergamot, lavender, rosemary, tarragon, lemon, nutmeg, flower, and we've got balsam fir, green notes, geranium, jasmine, rose, cyclamen, carnation, oak moss, sandalwood, vetiver, cedar, patchouli, amber, tonka bean, and musk. There's a lot of similar notes with these, but they all smell totally different. And I did spray a bit of this before. Oh, wow, the video. It's the 1970s and 80s in a bottle, really. It's got that genuine, proper, old school smell. There's a slight similarity, actually, with the original Gucci Pour Homme from the 70s, but that's another story. It's manly, it's rugged, it's very green, it's very mossy, it's complex, it's true, magnificent French-style perfumery. I think it's an Italian house, obviously, you know what I mean? And it's really, really, really class B. Very crisp, green, citrusy opening, a definite kind of almost a grassy feel, a bit of pininess in there, the green notes. Yeah, it's a green fragrance, guys. It's a true fougere. And then that musky mixture with the patchouli and the real oak moss in the base. It's an absolute textbook, classic example of a fougere with a more old school feel than Le Barbier de Tangier. Despite that being quite traditional, that smells more of at least the 90s onwards, or at least maybe our present day. This does lean back to the 70s and 80s. You've got to love that era to love this, but I really do. I would wear this all the time, any time of year. Great performance, brilliant, brilliant fragrance. Gucci Nobile. So if you want to try something truly unique, the 4 in this video, try them. Maybe get hold of 1 or 2 if you can. They're either going to be hard to find, a full bottle of the discontinued ones, or they're a little bit pricey, but it's worth it, because this stuff is where the real magic is for me. Guys, let me know what you think about that. Check out all the fragrances and loads of other amazing stuff, new releases from Almage and stuff on there. Fragrance Samples UK. Let me know what you thought about this in the comments down below. See you in the next video. Remember, whatever you're doing in life, let's project. Bye-bye.